Hello everybody, Pinstripe here. Welcome back to the Hogs of War League here on week 2. This is going to be match 3 of this week, totaling to match number 8 in total games. But this is of course Castor versus Crumble. We're starting off with Frostfight, obviously Castor as Team Lard and Crumble here with a very interesting lineup as the Tommy Strotters, going with a medic and 4 paratroopers. He has said that he is intending to be as annoying as possible. Maybe not going for the win, maybe not playing too try-hardy, but nevertheless this poses to be a very good match. So Frostfight, you saw that game between myself and Bobby on that map, but now things are a little bit different with these guys using obviously a completely different lineup. Castor is actually using 2 heavy weapons pigs, which as I've mentioned before is not a class that has been used that much so far in the league. So it is Crumble to begin. And, well, where do you start? There are a bunch of crates on this map, all containing a whole host of different weapons, including rocket launchers, jetpacks, anti-P mines, and guide missiles, and all sorts of things. Not entirely sure what Crumble is up to right now. But just taking a little bit too long there. Probably having some latency issues, perhaps technical problems, who knows? But he gets the trank shot on Castor's orderly, which again is a big strategy so far in this league by a lot of these competitive players. But back to Crumble with his paratrooper, and going with the same tactic that I used. You basically have to make the decision as to whether to use your jetpacks as weapons or to use them for mobility. And on this map, when you have a bunch of water, you basically have to decide, you know, do I take the time to go and grab a good crate that is containing some form of decent weapon, or do I deal damage with a jetpack and blast them in the water, which at the moment is working out pretty damn well as Crumble knocks his orderly's health down to 32. And Castor there seeming a bit puzzled, but he is going to take the route of probably grabbing as many as many weapon crates as possible. Maybe not lining it up too well here. Nope, just getting enough. He has been practicing recently, most likely on this map, but picking up 3 guided missiles and a jetpack there, and also going for the orderly. So some quick fire blows from both players so far. Crumble with the quick damage with the jetpacks, and Castor with the guided missile. But Crumble has the advantage given the fact that he has 4 paratroopers. But they're not that overpowered compared to that of the orderly. That of the orderly or the grenadier. But he's going to damage his own pig there, who was body blocking. I think his intention with the machine gun shot previously was to blast the medic or the orderly as far as possible. But this should give him a kill, as Castor's orderly goes down right away. And Crumble here has made some good advances so far. Compared to his previous game against Mascatino, which to be fair was a tough match, things are looking up for him here. And he'll be happy to have taken the lead so far in regards to kills. But Castor picking up the anti-P mine, and Crumble now with 2 paratroopers very close together. So he'll be hoping for some big damage here with the high explosive grenade, going for the orderly and getting some splash damage. Oh, plenty of damage there. That's a good hit there from Castor, dealing roughly around 90 damage or so. But I feel like this is going to be a constant repeat in this game for Crumble, which will be to take his paratrooper, use the jetpack, deal damage, and rinse and repeat until he goes back to his medic, where he should hopefully be using him to heal as much as possible. A good shot there from Crumble. Does damage his own paratrooper, but he does get a little bit of splash damage on Castor's grenadier as well. And, well, now we have a major cluster of pigs here probably not what Crumble was looking for, as his paratroopers are positioned close together, which means that Castor can possibly utilize his cluster bomb, or he'll go safe and use the TNT. It is going to be the cluster bomb. This could be some big damage here, potentially getting a kill. Well, no kills there, but plenty of damage to be seen. So that is 2 pigs on low health, now 25 and 24 respectively. And Crumble has got to keep an eye on Castor's paratrooper at the top of the hill, and his pig on the other side as well, but he's going to pick up a rocket launcher. So who does he go for? Can't quite go for the Grenadier, could go for John over there. He's going to go for John. Oh, does he get it? No, just misses with the rocket launcher. That is a tough weapon to use, and to actually hit the pig's hitbox, especially from long range, can be very difficult. But Castor going to bring out the flamethrower. Seems the easiest thing to do when you're positioned near the water, because plenty of damage is incoming. Look at that. Plenty of 6s. Oof. Solid 80 damage there or so. 75 at least. And it's back to Crumble, who could get some healing in, but is it really worth it? In the long run, he just needs to make sure his orderly isn't positioned anywhere near those paratroopers. Otherwise, it could spell disaster later on down the line. But he pulls out the trank, shoots the scary Grenadier, and it's back to the man with the guided missiles. So Castor going to go for potentially a double kill here, maybe even a triple, depending on how he pulls this off. He might damage his own pig, yep, as his dead orderly lands next to Castor's Grenadier, but pulling out the bazooka instead, and maybe looking to knock one paratrooper into another. It's definitely a double kill, and he will deal damage as well. Splash damage there. Lots of damage coming out. 12 there as well. Is his other paratrooper going to survive? One of them is definitely dead. The other one seems alive and healthy, but only just on 20 health. So some good plays there from Castor. Double kill. Damages his Grenadier as well, but he won't really be minding that so much, considering that the Grenadier is already tranquilized and is going to have more damage dealt to him, sorry. Not quite dead yet, but Crumble looking to also damage the, well, both players here, the paratrooper and the sapper, with about 240 health between them, getting some good splash damage, 29 each, as the sapper falls into the water. He's on 80. The Grenadier on 12. Well, it started well for Crumble, but it didn't seem too good after Castor made the decision to take a turn to pick up some crates to get the guided missile and really take his time on this. Crumble's going to take down the Grenadier, but Castor does lead with another pig. And what does he do here? He has to focus on positioning, as he is positioned right next to his other paratrooper. But he does get some... Ooh, that is some unlucky damage there. Wanted him to fall in the water, but like I said, positioning, you don't want to be standing too close to your other teammates. And, well, it's the sapper. You can kind of guess what's going to happen next, as Castor is going to circle back round again and most likely plant a TNT where necessary. Getting one kill there as well, seeing as Jones is down to 20 health. And his other paratrooper sits here on a certain amount of health. Can't quite tell just yet, but he might be going into the water. 130, so he does still have full health, but this will be a fair amount of damage here. Doesn't actually fall in, so saved himself a little bit there, but Castor dealing damage to his own paratrooper accidentally after that knockback to the dead paratrooper. So what does Crumble do now? Does some parkour across the water, going for... Whoopsie daisy, falling in as well. Some unnecessary damage, but... does also damages his own paratrooper as well, who loses about 20 health there. Does he have enough time to spin around? Is that going to hit? Oh, that's some good quick play there from Crumble. Lovely shot. Quite lucky as well. Meanwhile, Andy here on just full 140 health. And not quite going for the mortar just yet. But even more splash damage dealt to Crumble there. And I think it's safe to say that Castor might have this game won, but only because Castor has a full health gunner. And Crumble's other two players are on very low health. He did pause the game there, but that might be down to frustration more than anything. But he does pull one back. It is 2v2. But it's very unlikely that Castor would lose this lead unless something crazy were to happen. Maybe Crumble could retreat, pick up some good crates, get lucky, but Castor's going to go for the punch. He does get the kill. He will damage himself, but he does damage the other paratrooper. So Sapper's down to 15 health and the paratrooper down to 18. And I think that's good night Crumble for this first round here on Frostfight. But does he have any jetpacks left is the question. He might have depleted them all. He does have one left. So he could get another kill here. Or he could go for a crate. He is going for the kill. Which unfortunately I think missed its target. He overshot it ever so slightly. And that's going to cost him even more time during his own turn. Or did he get the shot? I'm not entirely sure. But nevertheless, he finishes it off with the bazooka. I didn't hear the pig squeal, so I'm not entirely sure if the jetpack made contact. But in the long run, it's not going to matter, as Castor will finish things up here with his gunner. Going for a bit of a crazy shot to finish. But if you want to go out in style, that's the way you do it. Taking 64 damage himself. But Crumble is dead. Round 1 goes to Castor. As we move on to round 2 on Hedge Maze. But Hedge Maze is all about moving fast, collecting health crates wherever possible, as there are 4 on the map in total. And the strategy that I seem to pick up, or picked up when I was playing against Herpdub, was to steal the health crates as quickly as possible and then go from there, which seems to be the same thing that Castor is going to do, which will bump up his pig's health to 180, as the scout here sits with a default health of 140. So stealing the health crate, and he's going to go for a cheeky poison gas shot. Running out of time though, but just getting the paratrooper. It might circle back round. It does indeed. It's going for the grenadier, and that is a very good turn to start off this match. Little bit of a slip there from Crumble. But again, mentioning positioning, his pigs are quite close together. He doesn't seem to want to move too far away from his starting position. But Hedge Maze is all about moving around. Once the weapon crates drop down, things start to get interesting, because you'll find cluster bombs and heavy machine guns and all sorts of things. High explosive grenades on this map, I think. Or maybe that was just me using my grenadier last time. I don't remember, but there are a decent amount of... yes, there are high explosive grenades on this map. My bad. Crumble is looking to steal the other health crate, but instead he finds himself shooting Castor's orderly. No scope there. Very good. Good aim. Under pressure as well. Running out of time. Just coming around that corner. And getting a shot away to deal that 20 damage. And make Castor instantly skip a turn. And he's probably going to look to repeat this. Sorry, to make Crumble skip a turn. That was my bad. As Castor repeats his same move of going to steal the health crates, which, like I said, instantly give you a very big advantage in competitive play. Wherever there are health crates, you need to take them as quickly as possible, because more health equals more work for the other player. He could get lucky here if this pig explodes. Thankfully not for Crumble's sake. But he does have 2 pigs poisoned. It's not looking too good so far for Crumble. And one of the things I've noticed about a lot of the maps, especially the second round maps that have been played on in other matches, is that the player that goes first seems to automatically be at an advantage. But unfortunately, due to how the maps are in general, there isn't really much we can do to combat that, other than making sure that the ability to go first is split equally between both players. But Crumble getting some chunky damage on Castor just then. But he's got to keep an eye on Castor's gunner, just as he was in the previous game, still sitting with full health. Goes for the mortar shot. That might drop a little bit short. Doesn't quite get the range necessary. Not enough power, but back to the other paratrooper, who doesn't want to forget about the grenadier in the corner. Needs to get his health down as quickly as possible. It's lucky that it was the grenadier taking the health crate, given that by default the grenadier has the lowest health in multiplayer of 120. So taking his health back down to default, jumping on his head to deal 1. And there isn't much else he can do from this position besides go for the cattle prod or the machine gun as he scoops him up. But he should run back down again. So basically, if a pig gets knocked out of bounds, and if they're in a certain area or if they're facing a certain way, the game calculates the pig's location. It calculates its direction, like in 8 different directions, calculates how it can make its way back to the playable area, and if it can't calculate that, then the pig will explode, which in some cases seems very unfair to a lot of players, but Castor is going to utilize Hedge Maze's low outer edges to hopefully blast Crumble's paratrooper off the map, or at least into those areas where the game seemed to get a bit confused, as he is facing the other direction, and he does explode. So, perfect example just then, as Crumble loses a pig because of that calculation that was needed. His pig was facing in the wrong direction, and that was enough to confuse the game and blow the pig up. But he's going to go with his grenadier here with a cluster bomb, not quite getting it where he needs it to be, as he might damage himself here if he detonates these. He does, but that's another 11 damage to Castor's sapper, dealing 41 in total. And he dealt a good 90 damage or so to Castor's scout. But he repays the favour with a good headshot there with the sniper rifle. 40 damage in total, and it's back to Crumble's orderly. Not entirely sure where he's planning on going here. Looking to do some healing. So he does get the tiny bit of healing there, but I'm not entirely sure if he'll have any other time. He doesn't, so he does get the tranq shot on the grenadier. So he gains himself another turn, but it is Castor's orderly's go, which means he's going to repay that shot with a healing of 20, removing the stun, And most likely doing the same thing to Crumble's orderly. But that will mean that we now have 4 pigs in this corner. Whoop. He's going to go for the damage instead, as he's probably planning to use his heavy weapons pig to maybe blast a mortar over there, which yes will damage his own pig, but in the long run, if it can gain him 2 kills, why not? Also considering that his orderly does have a big amount of health, but Crumble picking up the high explosive grenade, but going with the bazooka instead. He could get a kill here with the high explosive grenade, changes his mind, switches it over, and does indeed take the shot. Damaging the full 60, gets the kill, and we have a game on our hands here with both teams having 4 pigs, but it is Castor's Grenadier's turn, and this could be brutal. He remembered his team lineup, and when each pig takes their turn, this could be very, very damaging for Crumble. But both of his pigs have survived. His orderly just about on 15 health, and well, considering his orderly is a gunner, he's probably going to want to damage him as quickly as possible with the jetpacks, blast him into that corner as well, and then finish it up with a bazooka shot, perhaps. I mean, if your orderly is already down to very low health, he's looking to fly away to reduce the distance between him and Castor's Grenadier and orderly. But I believe it will be Castor's gunner up next, which means that, well, he is the closest pig to that gunner. And the gunner does still have full health, so it would be suitable to go for him, but he's probably going to go for a full power shot to the corner. Not as low as he'd want it to be, so he only damages him by 22. But he's now down to, well, I can't quite tell, 43 health in total. So Castor has the larger health pool at the moment, but they are equal in terms of the amount of pigs that they currently have, with Crumble looking to continue his damaging spree with the high explosive grenade, dealing the full 60, but he does damage himself as the radius from the high explosive grenade is quite chunky. So there is a kill possibility here, but Castor might be looking to just graze him with this shot to nudge his health below 10. Unfortunately, doesn't quite do that, down to 13. And, well, back to his orderly, but look at Castor's orderly, 160 health, his Grenadier down to 74, he's got a full health gunner on 140, and his sapper sits with, at this point, I'm just doing some maths in my head, about 60 health, I think. So just backtracking a little bit, not entirely sure why. Gets the hit, so he's back down to his default health of 140, and indeed misses his turn. But his paratrooper here running low on health, but he could get the kill on the sapper here, who is down to 49 health. That was my bad. I can't do maths very well, just ignore me. So could get 2 from 2 with these high explosive grenades, but needs to be careful not to kill his own pig in the process, as the sapper will go down. And this will be the end of his orderly here. Nothing too crazy, just needs to go simple with the single rifle shot, dealing that 20 damage and taking him down. So it is now 3v3. But at the same time, it's not looking good for Crumble. He does have the mobility. He does have the weapons. But he doesn't have the health pool necessary at the moment to be of any sort of threat to Castor. His paratrooper has 30 health. And his other two pigs between them aren't looking too healthy either. But he's going for the Grenadier, which pushes his health down to 14. But he is still a threat from that distance. But it's back to his gunner now, who will be looking to clean up either with the mortar from this distance, which seems to be the case, either going... Oh, he hits the blimp. It's always a nuisance, always something that gets in the way. But Crumble's Grenadier dropping down to 3 health now, which means that when his turn comes back around, it will be a missed turn for Crumble. But I think he's going to try and get as close to the enemy's position as possible, going with the grenade launcher. Hopefully going to bounce this towards the enemy Grenadier. Gets the bounce, but it bounces over his target. Goes back towards the orderly, but not enough from his Grenadier. That is unfortunate. Could have got the kill. Could be 3 versus 2. But Castor is looking to move his full health orderly to the position of the paratrooper here, closing the distance. I don't think he can get... Oh, can he get the headshot from here? It's a very close one. But it is a very big one as well, because he knocks him off the edge, removing his height advantage. And it's looking pretty tasty at the moment for Castor, as Crumble's other pig drops down to 19 health. You can see that early poison from Castor's scout coming into play both of these pigs. I mean, imagine if neither of them had been poisoned. He's looking to kill his own pig here by jumping on his head, but wasting some time. And again, positioning, he is still positioned quite close to his own pig, which will be a double kill if Castor can get that in. But look at that shot. Beautiful shot there from Crumble. Taking down Castor's Grenadier. He may be losing this game, but by golly, that was a good shot. And I don't use that word very often, so... But it's back to the gunner, and he's going to go for a cheeky little high shot. Don't think it has the power. Castor there rushing it just a little bit, but he does have a turn to spare, as it's back to his orderly, who will be looking for the double kill, potentially here. If he can maybe knock one of the pigs towards the other with the grenade launcher or something. But he's going to go for a trick shot. He's feeling pretty confident about this one. As they drop back down. If he gets this... Unfortunately not. They land right at the top. But again, he does have another turn to use. As one of Crumble's pigs goes down. The Grenadier is finally dead. And it's time to play ball properly for Castor. Looking to finish off the other paratrooper. Does he have enough distance? He doesn't. He damages his own pig in the process. But Nobby now, the paratrooper, down to 9 health. And he's going to use his final high explosive grenade to chip away at his orderly's high health of 127. So gets the full, almost the full hit there, 57 damage in total. But his life is over. And Castor will know that for sure. Was thinking of doing another trick shot there, but goes against it. Changes his mind, but I don't think he's at the right angle to get that one. Slightly too far to the left. And well, well over the head of the other paratrooper. Playing it cheeky, if you ask me. Should really be looking to finish off those pigs, but both of these guys playing pretty casual at this point because I think they know who is going to be winning. But Crumble looking to kill his own pig potentially there. And now things are just getting a little bit silly. With Castor pulling out the pistol, looking to go for the long shot, the no scope with the pistol. And now it's just a case of waiting for Crumble's pig to die from the poison. And then finishing off the match with one final shot from his orderly. I hope. No, he's going to skip his turn instead. As he goes back to the paratrooper for some reason. And I think Crumble wants to finish this with a big explosion. He's going to go out in style. That was nice of Castor to let him do that, but had me confused. Oh, he's going for the 360. He's going for the 720. I don't really know what's happening anymore. He didn't even go out in style. Castor giving him another chance. He's going to go for the 360 scoop. He's going to scoop the other way. And again, guys, I have to say, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know, but it makes for entertaining watching, I guess. As Castor moves his orderly towards the group at this point. And he's healing Crumble's orderly. And he's now doing another 360. Finally takes the shot. Not entirely sure why there was any heals in there. I was pretty confused. They were just mucking about. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this match here between Crumble and Castor. Castor takes the win here on Hedge Maze. Won the previous match on Frostfight. And that is going to finish things here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to check out the other matches from this season so far on the Hogs of War League channel. And in the meantime, I will catch you guys later for the next one. What was that? What was that?
Entertainment.
You guys make it very difficult to commentate on that. But thank you, that was interesting.
So we just gotta make it entertaining.
We make it entertaining at the end.
It was beautiful.
I'd love to see your reaction on that one.